So continuing on with the 1-4-5, it's important to notice that when a 1-4-5 starts on the bass note and that note happens to be on the 6th string, your 1-4-5 is always going to look the same. It's always going to look like this: 1, 4, and 5. So regardless of where you start, it's always going to be 1, 4, 5. So as we said before, if I'm playing the 3rd guitar chord on the 5th autumn day, right? Guitar chord, autumn day, G, C, A, D. So a 1-4-5 in G would be G, C, and D. Now, if I was to play a 1-4-5 in A, starting in the key of A, and I know we haven't gone over those chords yet, but we will. But as far as power chords are, well, all we do is just move it, right? We talked about movable chords. As long as you maintain the same form, then you can move that chord as long as it doesn't have any open notes. And in this case, they're all fretted. So if I did a 1-4-5 in G, it would be this. If I did it in A, it would be like this. If I did it in something as strange as A sharp, right? Remember, A and B have a hole between them, right? And that hole can be A sharp, or it can also be called B flat. That's basically represented in music by a small b, okay? The sharp is a number sign, or a pound sign, and the flat sign is a small b. So this note here can be A sharp or B flat. But either way, if we start here and we go, now what's cool about that is that we're playing the chords that I'm playing here. Again, could be A sharp or B flat. I'm going to call this B flat. So the chords I'm playing are B flat, E flat, and F. And we haven't even learned them down here yet. But we can already play a song in B flat. Do we know what the chords are? No. Do we know what this form is? Yes. So by taking this form, as long as it, again, doesn't have any open notes, we can move it around anywhere. So let's do it in B. Let's do it in C. Let's do it in A flat. So you get the point. Basically, a 1-4-5, again, starting on the 6th string, will always look like this: 1, 4, and 5. So here is the tricky part, okay? I'm going to go through this really slowly so you can catch this. If I wanted to play a song in D, now I could do the 1-4-5 all the way up on D. So we know our notes. E is open, covered by the nut, again, playing a note there. F is 1. F sharp, the hole between F and G. F sharp, G. A hole between A and G is G sharp, A flat. So we'll do this quickly. A, hole between A and B, B. No hole between B and C, so C is right there. A hole between C and D, so there's our D. Now if we wanted to play a 1-4-5 in D, we could do this. Sounds the same. It's the same progression that we've been playing, but this time it's all the way up on D. But the problem is, and I have a big problem with this because I don't have a cutaway. Some of you will. But I'm running out of frets, and it's becoming very uncomfortable to get all the way up there. So how do I play a 1-4-5 starting on D? Well, if this is D, isn't this also D? Or isn't this also D? Fourth string open. So if this is a power chord and it's D, and I want to go, I could do this. But now, because I'm involving, as you can see up there, I'm now involving the B string. And the B string, as you remember, is not tuned to the 5th fret. It's tuned to the 4th fret. So that's going to screw up our power chord. So if I did it totally like I have been doing, starting here, it would sound like this. It's got a problem. So check it out. If this is D, and we know it's a 1-4-5, right? So here's D. That is our 4, right? Do, re, mi, fa. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. Now check it out. If I go 1 string down, 2 strings down, and 2 frets down, that note there, what we learned about our full power chord, if this is an E, right, the low note's an E, then this second note, second fretted note, the one on the D string, is an E as well. That's an F. That's an F sharp. They're both G's. They're both G sharps. They're both A's. That is an A. That's an A. That's a G. That's a G. So remember, those two notes are the same as these two notes. Check it out. Starting on D again. Follow me. Do it really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Same note. So if I wanted to play a 1-4-5 starting on the 5th string, instead of doing this, which doesn't sound right, I could substitute the octave. Instead of jumping up here, I can take the octave back here. So I get this. So I hope that wasn't too confusing. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do another module right after this and kind of review it and see how we do. So until then, see you next time.